Hello traders, welcome to this week's weekly Forex Forecast, and this is Trade Forex with Gabe. Last week, I was unable to make this analysis and record it because of the holidays, but no worries. We're back to our trading desk and we will be exploring all the trading opportunities, the fireworks, the opportunities and volatilities we expect from April the 8th through to the 12th. So as always, let's start by looking at what the fundamentals are saying. And for this, I would like to go into the Forex factory. Okay, so now in Forex Factory, we see Monday, not much of a high impact news, none at all, not to say not so much. And on Tuesday, we also see nothing, not much to be concerned about. But from Wednesday, we will see we have an official bank rate from the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, where they expected to retain the rate at 5.5%. Same day, we'll see core CPI data across US, and then we will see also another interest rate decision to affect Canadian dollar. That's from the Bank of Canada restatement. We expect them to retain rate at 5.0%. And then FOMC minutes, meetings minutes will be read out. On Thursday, again, we'll see another interest rate decision, the main refinancing rate for Euro, where it's also expected to retain, they're expected to retain rate at 4.5. Then core PPI data also will be released on Thursday to affect the United States dollar, and the 30-year bond auction also will be released. And on Friday, we'll see the GDP data released, and then other low impact news to be released on them. So 3 interest rate decisions, one on Euro, Canadian dollar, and then New Zealand dollar. And then we have core CPI data and the PPI data to affect USD. So let's see, go back to the slide to see exactly what the first indicator is saying. We just looked at fundamentals. Now, to understand what the indicator, that is the currency strength meter, is saying, we have to make the comparison as always. Now, you will see that last week GBP was bullish to neutral, but this week entirely we are seeing nothing aside from Bitcoin and gold showing lots of strength, positive. Okay, so how do we make out what we'll be trading this week? So we'll have to start by looking at the comparison, doing a comparative analysis, and also looking at the data we had from last week. And that is, one, we had NFP news, and the data was really strongly positive for the data. But if you look at how this impacted on the on USD, last week it moved from, it was on negative 1.2, and after NFP news, we still had just a decimal point movement, and that's negative 1.1. So, but that data was really strong, so which suggests that we could see a major rally on dollar into this week. Well, I will walk you through what the technicals are saying when we get to that point. Now, but let's look at this. On Euro, you will see Euro is further losing some strength from negative 0.4. It lost more strength to 0.8 negative. And Great Britain pound moving from bullish to neutral to losing some strength to negative 0.9. Australian dollar is at negative 1.0, but look at the comparison. It moved from minus 2.0 to minus 1.0. That is significant, and that's why you see I'm putting it as one of the currency that has the biggest net positive change. So I will be looking to go positive, to go long on it. Whereas on the USD, you can see here, I put it more or less neutral. So I'm not gonna be so heavy on USD, except for what the technicals are saying. Now, let's look at New Zealand dollar. New Zealand dollar moved from negative 3.0 to negative 2.7, so it's still weak. Okay, and then Canadian dollar minus 2.8, And you see last week it was 2.2, so further depreciating. So, but don't forget we have interest rate decisions on Canadian dollar, NZD, and euro. And then on Swiss franc, we see it moving from 1.6 minus to negative 3.3. And then Japanese yen at minus 4.7. So this is showing extreme oversold. So I will be careful. Anyone going to trade Japanese yen, it will be good for you to be extremely careful because this could make a very sharp rebound. So let's look at what the best pairs into the week are. For me, I'm looking to trade the following. On Australian dollar pairs, I'm looking to trade Australian dollar to the upside, that's to go long, Australian Swiss franc, Australian New Zealand, or going long on it, whereas I'll look to go short on Euro AUD, GBP AUD. Okay, whereas on USD pair, which I'm not going to be so dominant on or risk so much, I'm looking to go long on USD CAD, USD Swiss franc to sell NZD USD, USD JPY. Okay, so let's look at exactly how the technicals are showing or reflecting these data. And starting off with the dollar index, So you see last week, let's put on the yeah. So last week we saw how markets rallied. Okay, at the start of the week we had that major sell-off, and then NFP we had some rally. Then almost all the gains were wiped off again. So going into this week, one thing is sure, I can see here, if you look closely, you will see that we've been on a bullish structure on the dollar index, but something significant happened here. We created a new low lower than the previous low. So this is very significant. And now price, after NFP, price rallied, but fails to create a new higher high. Are we going to see a rally in this week to break the last high and then the bullish structure continues? Or is this a signal that we're about to break lower and then dollar begins to sell off even further? So the technicals are already hinting something significant is going to happen. So we have to prepare for both scenarios. So I have to prepare for both scenarios. So let's start off with Australian pairs, starting with AUD Canadian dollar. On AUD card, we're looking to go long on this, but into the week, we already saw massive rally. So markets rallied from here all the way here. That's about 152 pips. So I will just like to expect naturally that we should get some 50% retracement over about 70 pips. Okay, so if this is 151, so about 75 pips is fine. So anything you see that somewhere around here. So around the 50% Fibonacci retracement, if market's able to retrace into this zone, then this would be a good place for me to look for long positions to take out the last high, okay? To take out this high here, because this has already taken out the last high. So the next big liquidity we're looking to target is here, 0.8981. So, but then you recall each time I pull out the Fibonacci tool, I'm expecting some level of retracement, then I make my move. Now, next on the line is AUD Swiss franc. AUD Swiss franc. So let's look for it. Okay, on AUD Swiss franc, I'm looking to go long on this pair. And it's obvious because, again, we had a massive rally last week on Australian dollar. So we had a rally of about 133 pips. We retraced over 50%, right? Over 50%. So I would just like to find a good entry for this trade, and my target is to take out the last high, which is at 0.6004 or 6005. And that's where the last high is. So this is the next place we're waiting for some liquidity. So we'll see exactly how that plays out. So, okay. So I'm looking to go long on this into 0.6005. Okay. that will be my next target on Australian dollar, Swiss franc. So don't forget, we could get a bounce again on this symmetric triangle, or it could extend to the lower boundary of this channel, whichever. Just look for a nice entry. Let me see if I can find one for you. So as always, you have to find the breakout. Okay, you have to find the breakout, something like this. So let's see how much more of price would retrace within the boundaries of this channel. And then once we get the breakout, this will give us a good entry points, okay? So let's look at the next one, and that is Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. And for this trade, let's take it to D1. You will see and find that we're having a very major breakout from a channel that has been forming, or where price has been respecting this channel since 2023 June. We've been creating the needed lower lows, lower highs, and right now price is smashing past all of the previous highs, so which suggests to us that a new uptrend has started. So let's see how that plays out. Are we going to get a retracement or a rebound before price begins to rally? Because what you see here is a very major it's very steep. The rally is quite steep. Let's take a look if it exceeds 45 degrees. Let's just take a look if it exceeds 45 degrees angle. Oh, it didn't exceed it, guys. Look at that. I was thinking it exceeded 45 degrees. This is just 29 degrees, so we have some nice it suggests to us that price should still rally further within the boundaries of this channel. So you see, this is really good. So I'm going to expect price to still trade within this rally. The angulation is really nice. Just you see 39, we saw 29. So angle is good. So price should trade within these boundaries until we make it to 1.0970 level. Okay. Any trend line that is above 45 degrees, it shows that that trend has high probability of breaking faster. So it's about 29. This is even 17 right now. So, but let's assume I didn't draw it properly and try to get it well. So you see this angle is just 16.2. So once you get an angle above 45 degrees, something like this, now this means it's too steep and it could break at any time, but a good angle, anything below 45 degrees, and here you can see 16 degrees, 16 degrees. So this is fantastic. I would like to just trade this into our next high, which is at 1.0970 level. Next pair I really like is Euro AUD, GBP AUD. These are fantastic trades for me. I like the setups I see there. So let's start with Euro AUD. First foremost, we see that there is a downtrend. So price has been forming the structure, has a structure of a downtrend. So let's take all of these out. So what I'm looking to trade here is that we already see a breakout. You see, we had an uptrend here, new high, new low, new higher high, new higher low. Price failed to create a new higher high and now is breaking from the last low. Guys, this is textbook trading. So for this trade, we already see the pullback and retest. See how price has retested the past low here. So what I would like to go do is to take my shots and sell this trade into the first take profit, which is the last low, and then the second one, which is at 1.6238 level. Okay, this is fantastic setup for me. I really like this. So I won't once market resumes, I would like to go in on this ASAP. And last one on GBP AUD will be GBP AUD. I think it's somewhere here. Yeah. Sorry. So you see, I already have a trade on this running. So because we have similar setup on this, so price has broken away from this channel. So by breaking away, I'm already going in. I'm already in on this or using my algo system. So this should take us all the way down to 1.9002. The structure is the same. We have a breakout from an uptrend, and then we should achieve the technical target for these breakouts, and that technical target is at 1.9002. Okay, now let's move over to USD pairs, and the first one we're looking at is USD CAD. So you see here, after the massive rally we had during the NFP, we started seeing the sell-off, but then it respected the boundaries of this channel. So what are we expecting? Is price going to make a retracement all the way to the lower boundary, 89 pips or 87 pips, before taking out the last high, which is at 59 pips from the current market price? Okay, so this is based on your discretion. Okay, I'm expecting price to rally further to take out the last high at 1.3645 level. So this is left for you, and we could see some retracement. Yes, indeed, we should see before price begins to make a rally. If you're able to wait for that retracement, then that means it's giving you're getting yourself some better risk to reward ratio. Okay, now what else? Let's look at the next one, USD Swiss franc. USD Swiss franc. So on USD Swiss franc, what we see here is another potential rally to a new high at 0.9207. So price has been trading on within the boundaries of this channel, and it's making a very nice setup here. So what we can see is it going to make a breakout from here? See this? Are we going to trade within the range before the needed breakouts to give us this technical target, or are we going to break for lower to make a retest on this boundary? My take is that price should make some range trading before a breakout, and our target is the 0.9207 level. Okay, so that's my take. And then we have NZD-USD. Just a moment, let's look for it. There you are. So on NZD-USD, we traded this, I think it's last week. Let me see, Control Y. Yes, we've been trading this after the breakout 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago. So we had this nice breakout, we had the pullback, it achieved the technical target. So this was a fantastic trade. If you traded, I think 2 weeks ago, before the week, I didn't have the analysis. So going into this week again, with dollar potentially being stronger, I would like to see more sell-off because NZD is really weak. Aside for the interest rate decision we expect, I don't know, no one can predict how it will go. So what I am just expecting to see is that price should take out the last low, and that's about 73 pips down here. Okay, what else? And the last one on USD pair is USD JPY. I'm not a fan of this particular setup here, but then I will still show it to you. So you may not see it clearly here until we go to daily time frame, and you see how much of a potential risk this could be trading it. You see, we've not been able to break higher from this last high, and that is potentially about to happen. So I don't know how, I'm not sure that I'll be willing to trade this immediately. So what we see here is, even if you're going to trade this, it's to be good to take your risk from using the last low, because right now what we're seeing is a potential triangle. Okay, this is a rising triangle pattern. So if price should break away from this, it should be higher a bit, yes. So this becomes our profit target. This becomes our profit target for these breakouts. But don't forget about how big a channel we have been that's been forming on USD JPY. So we've been waiting for a break above this so that price can make it to the higher boundary, to the upper boundary here. okay, to make it to the upper boundary. And this hasn't happened for quite some time now. It hasn't occurred. So we will see exactly how this will play out. There is a potential here that if we see this breakout, then next key level is here, 133 pips. And the upper boundary is even much more, over 400 pips. So we have to take it nice and slowly. We're not going to be targeting 500 pips just at one strike. No. The dynamics can change at any moment. So every week we'll have to look at what is the highest probability range that markets could move. Right now, if we get this breakout from this ascending triangle, so there's a lot of pressure on the resistance to give way. Once that gives way, we have a technical target of 140 pips. All right, traders, this is where I'll draw the curtain from my trading desk. So I want to wish you all the best of the week. Have a peep-full week, and don't forget to manage your risk accordingly. Don't risk too much on each trade. Okay, traders, until next week, have a fantastic and profitable week ahead. Bye.